It's Orb. It's where I haven't opened the thing that I needed open. I needed the video folder. Okay, so here we are in the United Emirates of Orb, in the Chief's residence, in the conference room we're in. So here's Talia talking to Kigali, and here's Yuna. Yuna Saren sucks. But so Talia and Bright are meeting with the Orb people, and they've just been told that the country isn't willing to accept the plant's request for cooperation. And here's Yuna, who says that he's Yuna Seiran, and he says their nation's founding principle is of non-intervention in other countries' conflicts. And then Bright's like, yeah, but Federation has a track record of dragging neutral powers in by force under the guise of maintaining order, and so Orb will get involved. And Yuna's father, Phil Spector, Nato, asks if he means that should join with Zaft then and Jorandal and battle the Federation. And I was like, no. Durandal knows that would go against your principles, but as a neutral nation, he'd like to request permission for Zaft to use some of their docks to resupply when necessary. And you're still like, absolutely not. This is a trick to bring us slowly over to be on your side. And Talia's like, do you believe the story that the Unit 7 drop was Zaft's handiwork? And he says, well, our own representative was there, so we're well aware of the details. Because Kigali was there, I believe. But the truth of that event is inconsequential, because the reality is the multidimensional world has happened, and Orb must find a way to survive within. And inwardly, Bright is like, you know Aroma Seiran, eldest son of the Seiran family, one of Orb's 5 noble houses. And while they're pretty strong here, he acts as if he runs the whole damn thing. He's very high on his own farts. You have not missed anything. Honestly, you just missed looking at Yuna's dad, who we might see again. He's just got a bald head. And but either way, Yuna says that Orb's future has been decided by Parliament, and Kigali's like, yeah. And Tyler's like, damn, what's made Kigali, Representative Atha, what's made Kigali change so much? She's all quiet and she's like a totally different character. It's almost like something has happened behind the scenes and during the production of a show, and she's been all just fucked up. But she knows that the Seiran family controls Orb's parliament. Kigali's role as a representative is extremely just her figurehead. There's Yuna's dad, look at him with his little glasses. So here's Yunato again. And he says that Bright and Talia were allowed to dock this time as a special favour for looking after Kigali a few months ago. But please leave. And so as they start to leave, Kigali apologises for being unable to help, and Talia asks about Alex and his whereabouts. And then Yuna says, oh, he resigned position as bodyguard. He's no longer affiliated with Orb. And Talia's like, that's weird. Seeing as how Alex and his friends after the previous war wouldn't have had any other place to call home than Orb. And then Yuna's like, oh yes, I almost forgot to tell you that Orb will be having a celebration in a few days. And then Bright's like, what's the occasion? He just goes, oh, it'll be officially announced soon. And I think it'll be quite the surprise. And Bright's like, is that so? Great, well, bye. So, Yunato thinks Dorndale must be desperate since the Atlantis joined the Federation, and Yuna figures that must be why Zaft joined forces with the Ayuk, because that whole break the world thing really boosted anti-plant sentiment. And he says that Dorndale's move came too late, because the world and Orb are changing fast. Kigali goes to protest, and Yuna is just like, not now. The matter has already been approved by Parliament. And she says, it's going against Orb's principles, though. Yuna says, would you rather the country burn again, like it did under your father? And she's like, ugh. And then Yuna says, don't worry, Orb will change and unite with the world. And he also asks if she's chosen her dress, because the big day's nearly here, and she doesn't need to worry about anything else anymore. The entire world's going to be surprised when he announces both his marriage to Kigali and their nation's entry into the new federation. I hope he pulls the shitty face again, where his lip does that. So he's just a guy with a weird lip doing that. Just sticks out his bottom lip, looks like a little clown man. Makes me laugh every time. Love to see this man just get shit on. I hate him. But yeah, the Aegon's captains won't be here to see that day. And then Kigali's like, where's Atheron? Things have gotten really out of hand. I've become useless. So, one of Orb's naval ports, Tali's just running to Maria, the pilot of the Morganoid character that we helped. And so they do their little introductions, and Maria seems to be in charge of the Minerva's repairs, and she's like, oh, that's a coincidence, isn't it? Maria's like, you fine, trust it, like, leaving it to me, huh? Because this is like your newest prototype, and Tali says, hey, part of my job is making the ship run flawlessly, so, you know, you gotta do it. She's like, yeah, safety over secrets, huh? Very good. And because they both agree that, because we don't know what's going to happen, especially just do what you feel right in the moment. Remember this for later. Maria says that even if they do figure out in the end that their choice was wrong, they can cry and get angry, but they still need to face onwards. And Maria says she's got a letter for Talia. And it reads, the pawn surrounded by black pieces will be knocked over and become black itself. Escape while you still can, Minerva. And Maria's, and then I was like, who's that from? And Maria's like, oh, you don't know? I don't know either. I was just told to drop a name if you didn't think it was real. Andrew Votfeld. The Desert Tiger? I was like, yep. He was the commander of Zaf's Africa troops and defended Orb. And Talia thinks that this is quite the mysterious country, having both the freedom and the desert tiger. But Maria says, hey, it's no paradise. The shadow enveloping the world is going to swallow it whole. Yeah, but the Gunbusters are just talking good. It's alright, I'll find the Una face. I have a video where he makes the face. So, Quattro's just been told by an informant, this guy, that Axis has started travelling towards Earth from the asteroid belt. The whole break the world things had a large effect in outer space, and but they should manage to get here. And Quattro asks, he's like, what the hell's Haman doing? I don't know what saying them. But his informant's like, I don't know, it's unlikely she's going to play ball with the new Federation, though. And then Quattro's like, yes, Axis, home to the last Sion remnants, so that's only natural that they would hate any Federation. But the informant has a file for Quattro to read, and it talks about Axis Psychomy research, which was advanced after discovering some structure adrift in space. And it's a relic from a world that had similar ideas, and they managed to perfect it? What the hell? But thanks to that discovery, the Psycho frame is almost completed. And with that in mind, Quattro's like, yes, have you found anything on that private matter I asked you to investigate? And the guy says, yep, a person matching that man's description does exist in this world, but he's currently apprehended by the new Federation. Oh? They'd given him a ruse about freedom in our previous world. And the operative here is like, yeah, previous. It seems the new Federation in this world decided to gather up new types to do a bunch of experiments on. And Quattro is not happy with that at all. It's like the mingling of the worlds, we have still little morals. The Federation once possessed, and he talks about, mutants. They're like, mutant research. Tells the informant to get more info because he may well bust in this someone out of whatever prison they're in. And then this guy's like, absolutely, Colonel, and leaves. And then Quattro's like, Colonel? No. Neither me nor that man seem to escape the curse of the 1-year war. He's just Lieutenant Quattro. That's weird that he gave him the wrong rank. Meanwhile, Luna, Ray, and Camille looking for Shin, and he's not answering anybody's calls because he's a big shitty baby running about going, ugh, I hate Orb, He's just being sick in a corner somewhere. Emma's here and remembers that Shin was born here, so maybe he just wants to be alone for a bit. And Rikoa's like, yeah, just what if we just did anything other than look for him? Just what if we just had some fun and relaxed? And Camille's like, I don't know, that Shin guy seemed to be pretty upset. And Luna's like, yeah, and I didn't think about his feelings when I went over Orb's history and about how it was cool. And Ray's like, yeah, he's still like getting over that thing where his entire family was killed. And Camille's like, yeah, we've got to keep searching. It's pretty clear he's going through some shit. Leaving him alone would be dangerous. And then this guy, Captain Tadaka, comes over and he's like, oh, your guys, the Zaft guys. Yeah, it's because they're wearing the fucking uniform walking about, innit? Maybe they shouldn't have done that, but whatever. Introduced himself and he's seen a boy wearing a uniform like ours at the memorial at the beach. And Camille and Luna are like, let's go, we've got to go fast, devolution. And then Ray's like, oh yeah, sorry, Captain Tadaka, I got to go with him. And then Emma and Rikoa stay back to apologise, and Tadaka's like, nah, I just wanted to ask about Shin. He's like, why do you want to know about well, he's like, I want to know why a Zaft soldier would be visiting the memorial dedicated to those who died for Orb. And then Rikoa tells the story, and this guy's like, wow, that's weird. And then inwardly he remembers thinking the boy was the spitting image of someone else. Damn. And then Kai Shiden shows up, and he's been looking for him. And he's been following Tadaka around, and he's like, oh, I have nothing to say, no comment. And the guy's like, yeah, like, I know that you won't talk about military movements, but there's no harm in you telling me a little bit about the Kigali Yura romance. And he's like, hey, wait for the official announcement. And then Kai's like, hey, I'm a reporter, I need the scoop. And then Rikoa's like, wait, Kai Shiden? That's weird to see you in Orb. But he's like, oh yeah, Rondo. That's weird to see you here too. Emma asks who this guy is, and Rikoa says it's the journalist. She worked together following Break the World. And then he goes, oh yeah, well anyway, you're AU now, right? Alright, well you should just leave this country, like right now. And Emma's like, why? And then Kai says, very soon, it's not going to be a peaceful country anymore. And that was when they did some shit in the Amazon, and he was just Indiana Jones fucking about. And so at the memorial, here's Shin. It's like, Dad, Mom, Mayu, I'm home. After what happened, I was helped by an Orb soldier and moved to the plants. And now I'm fighting to stop wars from happening, so that no one else has to go through what we did. And then this guy shows up. It's like, you a local? Yes. This place, it's a memorial to the dead, isn't it? That's what it looks like. I don't really know for sure, though. It's my first time here. That's what the conversation I have with Shin. The flowers are finally blooming, but they'll wither away in the spray of the breaking waves. And then perhaps that means they can't be fooled. Hmm? No matter how beautiful the flowers bloom, people just wipe them out again. What? Sorry for saying weird stuff like that. I should get going. Shin leaves. No, like Shin was fine until they had to character assassinate him because this fucking bozo was here. And then it's like, Kira, that boy. I don't know who he is. Before I arrived, his heart was crying. He also sheds tears for the past. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Chapter 18, Bloodstained Eyes. And so, we're leaving, so Arthur's like, wow, we're leaving sooner than I thought. Is it because of that message you got? And then she's like, no, Gargama got a similar warning, so it's got to be legit. And Mary's like, can you believe what that Kai Shiden guy said? She's like, he's an old friend of Bright, it's fine. And then Arthur and Talia heard that Bright was a big deal in the previous world, and he got astounding victories in a war a few years back. But most of the crew from his old ship were civilians. Even the ship resident Ace was 16 at the time. And Arthur is like, oh yes, just like the Archangel from our world. Shut the fuck up. But they're clearing Orb's waters, and as soon as they can, and who's on the radar attacking us, Federation, just coming right at us. Second one, as soon as we cross the little line. And Bright's like, ugh, are they waiting for us to leave? Everyone deploy. So, we do. Polly notices that the feds have sent airborne units, including a new type of mobile armor. Oh, it's fucking Ben. So Ben Wooder, leading from a Titan ship, is like, ah yes, the intel was correct, and we could set up this trap. And here's Buran Blutarg, pilot of the Ashimar, this little flying burger, this little English muffin. And he's like, ugh, Ben's preparations were perfect, but as a game, it's not much fun. But he tells his men that they have to return victorious, considering the advantage they've got. Shin is like, Ray asks him if he's okay. He's like, I don't care about all. I'm a soldier of Zaf now, not a citizen of a country who hides behind peace. And Ray's like, I get it, dude. Don't do anything rash. And then Kamila's like, wow, Shin is like super on edge. He is full of tension. Holy moly, I don't think he's actually alright at all. Quattro tells everyone that considering the difference in firepower, we need to focus on defending our ships. So Talia tells Arthur to ready the Tannhäuser, in case they need to make an opening. And Baran tells the Aug that our defeat today will come not because of their troops, but because of politics. And so the SR point is clear the map in 7 turns. So, you know, it's mostly rough because the sea, right? Yeah, Destiny did suffer like greatly internally. Like voice director lady being like, "Oh no, you're having an affair with the lady that voices Kigali or whatever." So she just didn't get to do anything at all. Yeah, like, especially because she's like good, right? But then she doesn't get to fucking do anything ever. Okay, so. That's the noise I make when I get hit by the Fist of the North Star. And then it explodes. Try to attack this fucker. Go for a check out. Yeah, don't die. Let's see if I can find the Uniface. Apparently it's such shit. hands. Oh yeah, there it is. Just getting to the point in the video. It's the Freedom's launch.
Hey, Luna! Ikso! やるわ！これだけ撃てばまだ機体は動く戦えるぞ
Yeah, I'm at it again. There, that's the face he makes. When they... Oh, awful little man, isn't he? Scale to the land though. What about this guy? Because they're in tri-formation. So blowing that guy up means they won't be able to do the whole thing where they kill you. Is there a secret on this stage? Yeah, this is just weird. There's a secret unit here, but you have to be doing the Setsuka route to do it. So. I'm just chopping that guy out of the sky with the old double sword. Good. He's just back. Like, look at this shit. He's so good. Fuck Buran Brutark.
私の前に出てくるとは迂闊だったな。沈め。我らの実力はこんなものではない。
Still not just enough, huh? flak. They get in with this, that'll make it easy for everyone else to shoot next turn. Yeah, here we go. Federation developed another transformable unit. What's wrong? Can't keep up with my Ashimar's speed? It's so heavily armoured. We've got to attack it as it transforms, but right before the plating closes. And indeed, he does have to do that. It's also very large. Like, for a mobile suit, it's very tall.
なんだ
こっちを狙っても無駄だ
It's useless. Aiming like that. Useless.
前に出てくるな
Sniping
そん
me?
なに
Fool.
こちらを落とすつもり
So
があ
that's
るの
his
か
mobility down. So yeah. So everyone's like, oh yeah, here they come. Where are they? Dang, I didn't try anything. So Malin's like, oh yep, more troops coming in from Orb. So it's like, what are they doing here? And Tyler's like, probably here to stop a battle so close to their territorial waters. But then they start shooting us, so you know. Here's Baba. And he tells Tadaka that they're providing support to the federal troops, and Tadaka doesn't like this one bit, helping out the army that destroyed their country in the last war while attacking the group that risked their lives to stop Union 7. Even if the order comes from the top, it's definitely ungrateful. He was like, but that doesn't exist in the world of politics, does it? Either way, he's like, don't shoot their cockpits or engines. And Baba says, but that's against Parliament's decision. And Tucker goes, I'm not a politician, I don't care. Don't do it. And so now it's like, oh, they're shooting it. Yeah, glad it's got a thing. And then Tucker's like, yep, Orb has abandoned its principles and sided with the new federation. And Bright's like, oh, that's why they were so weird during our conversation while we ran into the Freds as soon as we left. They sold us out. And now we're flanked and we can't turn around unless we want to fight all of Orb. So Tali orders the Tannhäuser warmed up and to blast a path. Wink, 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 wink. And then Brand's like, oh, knows what game we're playing though. He's going to play his ace in the hole. Here it is. Another mobile armor. Zamzaza. And Brand says it wasn't created just to fight against humans, but also aliens. The Zamzaza. And so the high power, high defense mobile armor plus his highly mobile transform Lashimar will become staples in the battlefield. And Ben's like, hey, we're here to test it. So, you know, it was made by an organization from the former Earth Union, Logos. And then Brand says, yeah, they've always snubbed the Titans, but with the Phantom Pain being reorganized, their turn has finally come. So he sends the mobile armor to intercept the Minerva. And Tyler tells Arthur to blast it. So they do.
ブリッジ遮蔽進路インディゴデルタ加速20
各位訓練の成果を存分に発揮できるよう努めよ
タンホイザーで敵を殲滅する
タンホイザー起動車線軸コントロール移行
He's a charger.
照準前方敵小隊
タンホイザー
I hate everything about how they all look.
無駄だアーケード
They're useless. So yeah, that's the Zamzazar. Completely blocks the tannoy zone. It was like, how the hell does that happen? And so it's not looking good with that thing in front of us and Orbs troops to the back. So Quattro's like, rock on a hard place. We need to get in formation. We need to protect the ships and find a chance to break through. And Kill goes, no escape unless we can take down that mobile armor. And Shin is like, ah, this is bullshit. And so the Zamzazar's got the really strong barrier.
落とさせてもらう
No, it's more sense in the arcade in terms of not fragile.
対空砲が何してんのやってます
The maneuver's only one little leggy, right?
前方に敵艦接近よしレガリューショーを撃てこの程度の干渉で我が艦が落ちるか
Here come the Murasames. There's the Zamzazar coming at us. Oof. Yeah, let's give him the beam saber. We're not going to do shit to him though. And he's just going to give us the crash. You're done, space monster! He's going with the little crabbies. Too great. You really
そんな
are.
にプラントが憎いのかこんな
我がハヤスキーは遊びか
No. Is that the best you space guys have got? So it's got the big reflector. Let's see what the reflector does. Extended level 2, I don't like that at all. Okay, so blocks all damage below 2,500. It might just reduce all damage by 2,500, but I think what it says is all damage below 2,500 is cancelled. And in center formation, the barrier is shared, and it's only 2 energy. Let's just have a look at Shins, because I know the VPS is. Okay, so that just reduces beam damage by 2,000. We still got the fucking big boy girl over here, which is rough. I don't like that at all. Let's give him the whammo jammer. Ook. And hey, you command unit, I'll be taking you out. Mobile armor that can fly even in atmosphere? And not only is it powerful, the pilot's also skilled. I'm finished if I don't take this seriously. If only you were a really good pilot like Shah Aznavour. Unfortunately, he's got Triple G. Nothing less.
波状攻撃を仕掛けるそれ決めればいいや沈め くらいは避けて
You missed. You fucking whiffed it. Sure would have hit that. Absolutely true. And this boy's running out of fucking maneuvers.
Damage を与えて足止めする
Yep. Positron reflector. Literally no damage. Done laser. You got gun wasn't? No. Don't got shit. All of those boys are out in Trinity City having a good time. We've just got Camille squad, Quattro squad, the 2 boats, and Shin squad. Even the missile. Give him the big missile. Imagine having someone with a really powerful movement barrier pierce. What a world to live in. Thank you, Shara. Sorry, can't overdo that. He is a Shar, not the Shar, obviously. We can afford to just not blast these guys. I've got to all attack the Murasames, is what I've got to do. Kami, Mina. Oh, fuck me. That's rude. The speed? He's so fast! This guy, he's even faster than the Force Impulse? Of course, you cannot best this Ashimar with an all-purpose unit. Come on, Zaft, I'll teach you how to fight under gravity. Thanks, Shin.
これ以上はダメージを
Thanks, Shin. Sir, wasn't Orb supposed to be staying neutral? Answer me. This is how a peaceful nation does things? These guys are getting fucking unhoised next fucking week. Look at them with their little shields and their little wings.
落ちてもらう。
被害状況を報告。整備班は早朝箇所へ。ブリッジ周辺進路インディゴデルタ。
And then we fired a big fucking gun. About one man.
青く正常なる世界のために。
Oh, here he comes. Thanks, Shin. You managed to not die twice in a row now. Incredible. Oh, yeah. I don't want to blow up my friendly boat either.
Shingo, クリア。よし、レガリューショーを撃て。
Hello, Glenn. Fire! I mean, he did like do big boy damage to this fucker though. A mega booster, very nice. We're learning the yell. Okay, so that's on this. Oh, have we just immediately failed the... Oh, no, we haven't, it's fine. I was like, did we just fail the thing? I'm trying to find where we blow up Buran Blutark. Just not mentioned anywhere. Okay, so unknown mobile armor. So we took it down. And then yeah. Okay, so they're like, oh, that mobile armor, we got it, but it's real tough. And then Baran then says, Zamazar's proven to, yeah. So he's like, damn, Zamazar's tough as hell. Not gonna be able to take down both of us. So Baran sees a chance to finish this. Yeah, so that's what they said. They were like, oh yeah, this thing's tough as hell, we're not gonna be able to take down both of them. And then Baran is like, alright, tells the Zamazar to reposition itself, and Shin's like, I've got a chance to take it down. If I can get inside the barrier. And the kid was like, stop it, Shin, you're too rash. Shin goes in, but the Zamzar pilot is coming. Friggin' idiot. And he says the Zamzar isn't made just to defend. Gives him the Godfinger, throws him miles across the sea. And then he's like, Shin, get out of there! He's like, it's over! The finish! Fish! How do you doing? But the positive reflector, look who it is! A Rick Diaz from Karama? And if you've done the secret, then this is a Black Gundam Mark II. Amuro. And Cats. So they target this guy again. And then... Now, Camille's not as much of an angry idiot in the movie. And then this guy's like, what the? How could he get it? And then Camille's like, wow. Bypass the barrier. Incredibly precise attacks. And then Shin's just like, ugh. You there, Gundam, pull back right now. Hurry, do you wanna die? I'll fight. I will depend on or be protected by someone else. I'll fight under my own power. That's why I... Boing. Oh. Stubborn bastard. You're not dead yet? And he just dodges. He dodged at that distance? Minerva, make it in. Fire the deuterium beam. Prepare to launch the leg flyer and the sword silhouette. Shin? Hurry, can you do it? Make it in. Do as he says. Roger. Deuterium chamber, stand by. Targeting and tracking systems locked onto the impulse. Deuterium beam, fire! Refills his juice. Next, launch the silhouette. It's a little plane with the swords. He's fast. We haven't got sword on a bunch of guys, including this man. Sometimes you just go to a Bari pose. Damn dead eyes, awful looking creature. What the hell? Aye. Coins. He's fast. So this guy's pilot's movement's totally changed. Amuro Ray, is it you? Yeah, sure. I was sent by Karaba to help you all. Understood. Go and join up with them. Did I just call him Shah? I'm Lieutenant Amuro Ray. Pleased to meet you. Amuro Ray, the legendary ace pilot? Federation's White Shooting Star. You've heard that name. Leave the introductions for later. First need to deal with this situation. Follow that Gundam's lead. Shin! Answer me, Shin! Can you do this? I'll do it. The Federation and Orb. And so Karaba is like a support thing for the AU. And now this guy's like, ugh, my Ashima! I gotta get out of here! But it's Amuro. He's not in the Black Gundam because you can only get that on Setsuko's route. So yeah, so Shin's got Seed now. So when he hits 130, he'll do 10% more damage. That's nice. And Amuro in his Red Rick Diaz. His thing is plus 10% critical, plus 10% dodge for leading bonus. He's got the new type, the blocking. He's got the support self move. He's got mercy, focus, and sense. He's just a great pilot. Look, his skill starts at 202, alright? He's fucking good. And, so, if you set Scuzz route, you get the Black Gundam Mark II, and it's as good as what Camille's in, so it's a pretty good unit right now. It's got more ammo. It doesn't have like the flying armor thing, but it does have more ammo and a slightly stronger tri-attack. And it comes with a little bit of upgrades already. but that's fine. We'll just have this thing for now. Is on this page, I believe. Yeah, forgive me, but we have to protect our motherland. We have to protect Orb, even if we lost our way. Such is the duty of all soldiers of Orb. I don't know, dude. I think maybe your duty it shouldn't be to support your country, even when it's doing bad shit. I don't think that's your job.
怖い戦車撃で了解そちらの指示
沈め
あれほどまでの腕を持っているとは
Seems fine to me.
怪盗30軸線よろし
カンホイザー
Yeah, but if you can get the little cannon pop out. You got a lot. This is that movie just did. Another apogee motor. And so this guy's like, what the hell? How could the Zamzazar? Impossible! Pocono. How could the Zamzazar lose to a mobile suit? So the other guys leave. It's like, oh, they're leaving. And then she's like, no way, no escape. You started this, I'm finishing it. And then I'm like, stop! Fucking Armor just chopping boomerangs out of the damn sky. And Ku's like, he blocks Shin's attack? And this guy's, alright, that's the time I need to leave. Shin obviously asks him, why the hell did he do that? And Armor says he'd already lost his fighting spirit and started to retreat. She's like, yeah, but... And then I was like, calm the hell down, kid. Do you want to become a moiderer? But... Does mobile armor ever work for anything? I mean, they do pretty alright in Destiny, right? And they do alright in Zeta. They get the job done, maximum collateral damage, and the destroys like blow up all of Europe. But yeah, so more guys coming. Damn aliens! The 3 rivalry zones over the Pacific Ocean, just letting them in. Dang it! But Miriam detects the cool boys. And so everyone's all safe, and Oliver tags both the Baron and Eldar troops up ahead, confirming that they're working together. And Bright's like, wow, that's a big robot. And Baron's like, yep, this is Baldeos. We're gonna destroy the Aldebaran. And Ryder says, hey, also everyone, the main pilot is a fucking disgusting alien. And then Toshiya's like, shut the fuck up, dude, the enemy's right there. This ain't the time to be being racist. And his leads with Aphrodite, and asks what they're gonna do. And Aphrodite's like, we're not just fighting God Sigma's group today, but another platoon of Earthlings. So take them all down. Destroying these Earthlings would help both of our causes. So they start their attack, and we don't have time to relax. Tali orders everyone to intercept. Amuro asks if Shin should pull back to avoid overdoing it, but he wants to keep fighting. And it doesn't matter if the enemy is the Federation or aliens. And Camilla's just like, Shin, jeez, fuck. Christ.
グランナイツの諸君合心せよ
That's perfect timing because he only lasts 3 turns. We got to do it by within 3 turns anyway. Yoshin Sail.
行くぞ G シャドウコックピットグラビティクレッセントスタンバイグラビティクレッセント
Call him the Crusher.
シュート
Doesn't like me to call him the Crusher. Makes you start crushing things. Gave him the scream module as well, right? Yeah, I did. See, I'm a genius. It would probably be the flying gun. Hey. For the pulse saver.
マリーお仲間相手だからって手抜くなよ
うるさい黙っていろ
Is that you find attacking your friends? Like, shut up. Shut up. Now Amro's over here in the fucking sea. Fucking Amron. The DJ? There's the DJ. Amuro doesn't arrive in the DJ this time because the DJ's not in the Zeta movies, and these are the Zeta movies. Unfortunately. But the DJ's here. Just not here right now.
このまま戦闘を続行する
He is indeed a Rick as he has right now. There's a secret to get Black Guns on Mark II, but you have to do set disclosure for that. Gravity Crescent, this fucker. Yeah, the DJ is a Sensika only thing. And by stage 25, everybody needs an average, like a bunch of the UC people, I think all of them, need to have an average level of 25, and our own cats need to have an average kill count of 25.
グラビティクレストスタンバイ
Yeah, that's the MX secret to get the DJ
グラビティクレ
or
ス
whatever it is.
ト
But you need all of the double Zetas, like they all need to be 25 and have a bunch of kills each, and it's fucking annoying as shit. And then it's just strong with balls.
– これ以上はやらせねえぞさあ行くぞコスモサウルス無双剣 迷いは自分を殺すことになる 遅い
Frodia. You're not getting away, Frodia. As Gatla's right-hand woman, I'll take you down right here and now. Silence, traitor. I'll crush you and that robot as the first step to our conquest of Earth. Marion, why are you talking with the enemy commander? I knew it, you're a spy. Shut up, she's my enemy. Let's go, Frodia. I'll never forgive any of you for spreading war across this one.
女だからって容赦すんの
Which yourself says the native outfit packs in a cool way. I mean, just not creative with anything, so creative to learn how to tell a fucking story. We did it. All we had to do was blow her up. I mean, that makes it very quick then, doesn't it? So, Barry thinks that Gatla was right. The Earthlings are getting stronger, but she promises Marin and all of the Earthlings that next time she'll beat us and cut off our resistance at its root. So they will leave. And so yeah, good grief. Back-to-back battles, but we survived. Torres tells Bright that the Freedom will be joining us shortly. And Bright's like, yep, the troops are all exhausted though. And with Orib joining the Federation, it's not looking good. And Arthur here thinks that as long as we have Shin doing what he did today, we'll be fine. And Tyler's like, oh yeah. The Impulse can't do that sort of thing. It was that boy's power, all of his own. And she did find it a bit odd that Shin got the Impulse instead of Rei, because Rei's normally the superior pilot. She wonders if Dorndal knew about this all along, and Arthur's like, oh, maybe? He is an expert in DNA analysis. And Talia thinks Orb must have come as quite, like, that thing they just did must have come as quite a shock to Shin. Shin. And then Shin is like, what happened to a peaceful nation that doesn't intervene in other countries' conflicts? Nah! And Amuro could feel the rage and sorrow echoing from his soul. Meanwhile, in space, at the plant's capital, Aprilius. So here's Dorandal telling Atherin that Orb have joined the new Federation, and through an official announcement hasn't been made, it's been confirmed that they're doing joint military actions. So it looks like Orb Parliament decided to side with the Feds rather than Kigali, and Atherin's like, jeez, she couldn't hold the Seiran family back. But Dorandal was like, this is only going to make the chaos grip in the world even worse. This sucks. And among the neutral countries, Orb was the most powerful, and that means a lot of the others are going to go, oh, well, we'll follow suit then, shall we? Atherin begs Chairman Dorandal that they can't go to war blinded by rage and hatred, lest the world be once again enveloped in meaningless battles. And he remembers how the criminals that dropped Unia 7 said his father, Patrick Zala, was right. But he knows that doing the same things the way his father did will just lead to a world filled with hatred. And so, Dorandal thinks that after he left Kigali's service and returned to the plants to atone for his father's crimes. And he says that Patrick, Zala, and the terrorists did have the same desire to protect the plants. And of course, he can't agree with their methods, and because of that, they have no choice but to protect the plants and the world in other ways. But Patrick is Patrick, and Atherin is Atherin. He's his own man, so regardless of whose son he is, he shouldn't feel responsibility for what happened. There's nothing to blame him for, and he shouldn't try to bear the blame himself. And Atherin's like, I came to stop the flames of war. And that's all that matters to Dorandal. He's glad that Atherin came back, and though people might think of him an idealist, Dorandal is sure that the wishes of individuals like Atherin will save this world. The only other issue, though, is Lacus. And Dorandal is like, I'm a little bit embarrassed at what I've done. Damn, have a good one, Tsuchiraka. And so he puts on the video of a concert that happened today. And there it is. And look, it's Lacus Klein. And then Atherin's like, hey, wait, what? Oh, that's not Lacus at all. And Dorandal's like, yeah, it's been a while since you were together with her, but even you were fooled for a moment. It's like, why have a body double for a missing person? And the reason is that her charisma is necessary for the plants. A few words from her does more to calming the masses than an entire speech from Dorandal. And in this concert, she explained to the people that their council is working to preserve stability. And Atherin's not happy with that, but Dorandal says that, well, no, I think it's foolish. He needs our strength right now, just as he needs Atherin's. So he's got a little fake lit. And here she is! And here's Mir's like, hey! Wow, you're watching the video of my show, amazing! She asked Atherin if he thinks she looks like the real deal. And he frowns and she's like, oh, that's a no then. And then he's like, no, like, you're basically identical. And she's like, oh, hearing that from you, that's amazing. And then Durandal, he's like, yeah, amazing. And then Durandal was like, this is Mia Campbell, my Lekkus Klein. And she's always been a fan of Lekkus, and she loved their songs, used to sing them. People always said she sounded like her. And so Durandal called her up and said he needed her skills for the sake of the plants, and that's why she's doing this. And then Athrun is like, it's not your skills he needs, it's Lekkus. And then Mia's like, yeah, I know. But Lekkus is always needed by everyone. She's strong, beautiful, and kind. But unlike Lekkus, she was never needed by anyone. So he doesn't mind holding the fort just for a little while. She's glad to help Durandal and the people while Lekkus is missing. And Durandal expected Athrun to understand their feelings. That both of them are giving up their past in the interest of the future. So Mia asks Athrun to also lend his strength to Durandal for the plants and for the world. I'm glad that we can't see her outfit from, like, below here, where it's the proper boob sock outfit. Or do you just Shin activate seed mode and Amuro is showing up with cats? So on the Agama Bridge, Katz has just told Bright that Hayato, the leader of Karaba, and Katz's adopted father, sent Amuro over because he figured it'd fit him better than the usual guerrilla stuff. And Bright's glad that Hayato was smart enough to realise that, and he's always open to adding more skilled pilots to the team. And Katz is like, I've also finished my training in the simulator, I'll help too. And Bright's like, yep, White Base's resident crybaby has grown up. And Katz is like, hey, I'm just going to pull my weight as a grown man. And Bright's like, alright, but don't give Hayato any reason to be sad. And so he tells Emma to keep an eye on the kid, and then asks for how much to be sent in. And Rikoa's like, oh, he was seen going somewhere with Quattro. And then Camille's like, oh, I'll go find him. I've been always curious about Amuro. And Bright's like, sure, take your time en route. And he's like, alright, sure. And then Bright remembers being told by Kai about Quattro's past, and it makes sense that Amuro would want to speak to him. And then Katz gives Bright a very old-fashioned letter with a message from Mirai. Yeah, paper mail, huh? Old-fashioned. And it's a message from Mirai, Bright's wife. And the rest of Kanaba. And so Amuro and Quattro staring longingly into each other's eyes. And Amuro's like, do you not have anything to say? And after 7 years, Quattro would have expected to have a lot to say, but he can't think of anything. Can't think of a thing to say. And Amuro expects Quattro to make fun of him for not doing anything after the 1 year war, but he'll do nothing of the sort, especially after how Amuro fought today. Figured I'm not doing shit, I'm just reading what these other fucking bozos have done. Sometimes juggling some shit around. I'm just a bozo. And so then, what Quattro wants to know is how Amuro got here. He's heard that Amuro was arrested, and after Break the World, the new types are not treated so great. And Amuro's like, yep, he was treated as a sample. He was slated to become a guinea pig in a project to develop biological weapons. And he was shipped to the moon and put through some low-gravity experiments. And what saved him was there was a voice calling out his name and woke him out of a sound slumber. And it was good, because where he was at was destroyed right after. And it's Quattro going, the moon? And then he's like, was it a Karaba raid? And he's like, they rescued me. It was someone else who destroyed the base defenses and allowed the raid to happen. And Amuro's found no leads about his mysterious benefactor. But he's inclined to thank Queries just for letting him see Quattro again. And if Bright's thanks Shinji, I don't remember that. I don't remember that one. And so Quattro asks if he can count on Amuro. And he's like, yeah, that's why I came over. And he's like, I'm a little bit rusty though. And Amuro admits that we might just get some more use out of Shin. And Quattro's like, oh yeah, he's not normally like that. That was crazy today. Amuro's, he's like, I was afraid when I looked at his bottomless eyes. They viewed everything and everyone as his enemy. And that way of fighting is only going to result in his own destruction. And then Quattro says that they of all people should know that being sensitive isn't great for a pilot. And Amuro's like, I don't know. There was that one exception. And then Camille comes over and he's like, hey, Amuro, Captain Bright's calling for you. And he's like, oh, you came over to call me? He's like, I'm Amuro, right? And he's like, I'm Camille Vidal. And Quattro tells Camille that he should go to the Minerva while he escorts Amuro to the bridge. Because it seems Ray and Luna were asking for him. He's like, Minerva? What? And then Quattro is like, yes, I'm as expected. You've got your eyes on Camille as well, and they both hope you'll be able to tread the path that neither of them could find. You just missed Shin seeding and Amuro arriving is basically all that happened this stage. Oh, and Orb joined the Federation, but who cares? Whatever. Fuck Orb. So Camille comes into Shin's room and asks how he's feeling, and he says that Ray and Luna are worried because he's been shut inside his room. And he's like, come on, everyone's waiting. We want to see you today because we won because of you. And he's like, Talia's even sent a request for a commendation. And she's like, no way. He's like, how did I become so strong? And he was like, even Quattro was impressed. And then Shin's like, thanks, Camille. Sorry for making you worry. And he's glad to be here, and those words come from Camille. Is getting stronger was something he always pursued. And Camille's like, yep, and that's not just me. Everybody else thinks you were cold today as well. And so Shin tells Camille to go to the cafeteria ahead of him. He'll be there soon because he wants to thank Ray and Luna. He's like, sure thing. I'll go wait with everybody else. And then, Mayu, I've gotten stronger. This is something I've wanted ever since the day I lost you, Mom and Dad. To become strong and put an end to fighting across the world. Mayu, watch over me. I'll stop this war with my own hands. At the damn cafeteria, Luna's like, wow, good, I'm glad we don't have to worry about him anymore. And she was wondering, because he wasn't really himself. After the battle, he was like, he just needed to calm down after getting so focused and flipping his shit. And then Ray apologizes for asking Camille to step in. And he's like, it's no problem, but why didn't you go about it yourselves? And then Ray says, it's because they know a lot of his issues with Orb, so he didn't want any awkwardness to happen. And Camille's like, damn, Shin's lucky to have such good friends. And Luna's like, hey Camille, you're one of his good friends too. And then American says that Tyler's always talking about how good Camille is. And if he'd gone through Zaf's academy, he would definitely be a red coat. Like, he'd be a Zaf Dread. And Camille's like, oh yeah, thanks, Merlin. But in where I come from, the colour red is... only one guy has that. A real famous guy is red. His name's Shah Aznable, the Red Comet, legendary ace pilot. And Luna's like, oh yeah, I read about him on the internet. Amuro Ray was his rival, right? It's like, yep, his only rival. And thanks to him showing up, we saw the Agama crew just got a huge power-up. But yeah, and then Luna and Ain are like, yeah, but Shin, wow, he's amazing. And then Eiji figures that despite his usually angry eyes, Anyaro. Asniro. Yeah, despite his normally angry eyes. Yeah, Anyaro. Asonyaro. Alright. Shin's still a softie who, like, he longs to hear good job from his buds. And then he's like, yeah, and he's entitled to it, because he really pulled it out today. He got us out of that Dai Pinchy. Dai Pinchy. Love to get out of a Dai Pinchy. Got us out of that big pinch. And then Mizuki's like, should I pat him on the head? Or should I have Leo and Runa give him a congratulatory kiss? And then... it was like, that's... And it was like, no way, Mizuki. Sandman would never let us hear the end of it. And then he's like, oh, but otherwise you'd be okay with it? And she's like, well, I mean, maybe I am, because Shin is kind of cute. And then he's like, what the? What? What the? How? What? Why is it so cute? And then, says, maybe it's just that stupid sounding voice he's got. It's because Eiji and Shin have got the same voice actor. And then he was like, alright, now no bickering, you two. And it's like, Zaft and Luna hanging out. Zaft have their own Luna, and we've got Luna. So she's like, wow, all the Grand Night girls are super babes. I wouldn't mind being kissed by any of them. And then Monaco's like, what the hell? Why didn't you mention me being a babe? And Julie says, okay, Monaco, you are gorgeous, but you're a little bit over the top. You should be more graceful like Rie. And she comes back with the very snappy, oh, shut up! And then Kirika's like, alright, I got a better idea. We should throw shit into the air like a sports game. And then Rie's like, no. You probably just throw him into space, Kiriken. You're too strong. And then it's like, yeah, Frieden and Rand now going to be looking after orbs so we can celebrate a bit. Here comes a special boy, yells Toga. And here's Shin. And he was like, nice work, Shin. You did real good today. And he's like, and then he's like, yeah, dude, you really stole the spotlight. As expected, one of them red coats. Yeah, red. Yeah, Zafto Red though. So Luna asks him, how did you become a super ace? He's like, I got no idea, honestly. I just remember Orb's attack, chasing the mobile armor, being saved by Amuro. I couldn't forgive myself for being so weak. And then my head cleared up. And she was like, were you just like so mad you just like hulked out? And he's like, I don't think that's what happened, no. But whatever it is, Ray is like, yeah, you protected the ship, and that's what's important. We're all still alive. And then Aina and Aruna and Camille like, yeah, he's right. You did it, Shin. That's right. Thanks, Shin. Like, don't worry about what happened. It's best just be happy that we survived to see another day. And then Shin's like, even in this crazy, messed up world, tomorrow still comes for everyone. And we'll protect that tomorrow, along with everybody else here. And then, meanwhile, last little bit. Board the go. Gidget just got a weird transmission on Holland. Like, oh yeah, it's definitely like a scam or a prank. Ignore it. He's like, yeah, except it's running a code that only lifters know. And I was like, oh, someone looking to hire us? So I was like, who the hell sent that message then, Gidget? It's like, it says a Desert Tiger? And I was like, Desert Tiger? I mean, that's like a pretty... Yeah, that's a real weird handle name. Desert Tiger, what the hell? But whatever, we can hear him out at least. And that's that. And then just in case you missed it, here's the face that Yuna makes. I think my drawing was pretty accurate.